Hey, how y'all doing this evening? It's a Sunday evening. I hope you all are doing well. I wanted to come to you all with a short video, just talk to you a little bit about my book without giving you too much of the book, but just telling you a little bit about what the book is and what it is about and who it is addressed to. My latest book, my first publication is called Leadership Through the Eyes of Elder E, and it is a look into the current state of leadership, of church leadership. What I want to share with you all today is just a little bit more information about the book. I want you to know how you can purchase the book. First off, it is about church leadership, but it can be used as a faith-based guide for leadership in any sector, in business, in ministry, and different things like that as well. So it does not just have to be a book that you buy if you're just someone in church or in church leadership. Also, it's not just for those who are considered to be leaders in the church. Those who are lay members can benefit from this book. Those who are ushers, if you go to church in any capacity, if you have stopped and you taking a break from going to church, whatever the case may be, this book can help anybody because of some of the insights that are included in the book. And I want you to remember this: everyone is a leader. If you're a mother, you're a leader. If you're a father, you're a leader, a grandparent. Somebody is looking up to you and they're looking for you to lead. They're looking for you to lead and guide them in some aspect, right? So everyone is a leader. I think I want to slide this camera back a little bit. Let me see. But everyone is a leader and they're looking up to someone. Now, even if you say, well, I don't have kids and I don't have grandkids, you're leading yourself. So this book will also help you in that. It is definitely a thought-provoking piece of writing. It is a thought-provoking piece of writing. And what do I mean by that? It makes you kind of self-examine. And that's what it did for me as I was writing it. It made me to it caught me into examining myself as I was writing it. Oftentimes, as leaders, we oftentimes get something downloaded into us as ministry leaders, and we want to go ahead and we want to share that with somebody else. We want to tell somebody what we think they need to hear. I was having a conversation with someone today, and what we were saying is that, hey, I need to partake first, though. You know, God downloads things into me, different messages and things like that. And a lot of times, as leaders, we oftentimes think that it's always for someone else. No, you're the first partaker. So everything I wrote in this book was also a reflection of some of the experiences that I had in leadership, in church leadership, in leadership within the military, and you'll read some of those things in leadership on different jobs that I had. That's what helped me to formulate this book, formulate the concept of the book, and then also began to write. With that being said, the cover is a nice tan cover. What I did back in January, I started writing this book around October, so it didn't take me a long time to write it. But some things came up family-wise. My grandmother ended up transitioning, so instead of me publishing the book in January, I ended up pushing it to March. But everything worked out just fine and happened on schedule, right? And what I did was, is I decided to allow you all, the audience, to be a part of selecting the cover. And so the cover ended up being a tan color with blue. You all helped me on Facebook. You all helped me to select the cover, which is a tan color. I don't know if it's showing up to be tan or does it look white to you all when you watch this video, but it showed up. It's tan. It's a tan color with blue accent or whatever, with this blue line on the binding end of it and everything like that. But there were different options that I posted back in January, so about 3 months out from the release date of the book, a little over 3 months out from the release date, I began posting, and then I ended up asking you all, hey, help me to be, you go ahead and come on and be part of history. Help me to select the cover. And so you all selected this 10. That was the majority. Now, some people wanted it to be white, just real sleek and clean and white. What I will say is that what's going on now, the book has been released. It was released on March 16th, 2025. It was released on March 16th. We had a book release event over at Upon This Rock Faith Ministry, where I serve as an elder under the pastoral leadership of Apostle Keith R. Jackson Sr. and my co-pastor, Mia J. Jackson, overseer Mia J. Jackson. And I serve as an elder over at the church at Upon This Rock Faith Ministry. Apostle allowed me to use the space to have a book release. After that book release, now this book is on sale, and it is $20, and it's also available on Amazon for $30. This is what I want you all to remember about that process, though. I prefer that you buy the book directly from me for $20. I will handle I will ship it out to you and everything like that. There's various ways for you to purchase it from me directly. I will list those ways for you to purchase it from me directly. I will list those on the video when I post it. With that being said, even if you don't purchase it on Amazon, which I don't want you to purchase it on Amazon, but it is available on Amazon, okay? It is available on that platform, and it is listed as a Prime item, right? I don't want you to purchase on Amazon, but I want you to, once you receive this book from me, please go on Amazon and leave me a review, okay? If you like the way it's packaged, you can include that in it. If you like the cover, you can include that, the cover and the quality of the pages, whatever you want to write as a review. If you read the book and you say, I love chapter 1 was my favorite chapter, or chapter 5 was my favorite chapter, please start writing me reviews on Amazon, because there will start being people that will be looking. There are different buzzwords on Amazon, like church leadership or leadership manual, church guide, different buzzwords that people, they search things on Amazon for books. And what happens is as they search for certain things, or they may put in devotional or whatever the case may be, and when they put those things in to the search bar, books like my book will come up. And a lot of people don't purchase things unless they see reviews, okay? So I want to encourage you to purchase directly from me, right? But if you do decide to purchase on Amazon, please leave a review. Even if you don't purchase on Amazon, still leave a review, because it may be people that just search for a devotional or search for a leadership manual, a church leadership manual. And if they are just on there just searching and they don't know me personally, and their determining factor on buying the book may be whether the book has reviews or not. So even though I want you to purchase from me, please leave reviews on Amazon, so that those who don't know me personally, who are not necessarily a part of this audience yet, that they can see some reviews on Amazon, okay? Next thing I want to say, and we're coming up on 9 minutes, and I don't want to take up more than about 15 minutes as I talk about this book. The next thing I want to say is that this is the first of at least a 3-part series. This is the first of at least a 3-part series, okay? At least a 3-part series. What am I saying? Shortly after the completion of the manuscript for this book, something else came to me, started being downloaded into me. I want you all to realize how you will begin to get ideas, how you will begin to get different things downloaded into you directly from on high when you start seeking after the Lord, okay? And you just start seeking after the Lord and actually listening and obeying Him, right? So shortly after finishing the manuscript for this book, what came to me was this book is going to turn into a curriculum that pastors will use to teach their leadership courses at their churches. Some of them will call me and ask me to personally, and this has already began to start happening. I've already began to start getting calls. But this book, the next thing that's going on with this book is that there will be a manuscript and there will be a instructor's manual that will be coming out soon in the coming months. I'm not going to put a date on it, and it's probably not going to be rolled out in the way that this first book was rolled out. I started promoting it 3 months prior. I'm going to promote it, but I'm not going to put a date on it. I promoted it and I said, hey, March 16th. This next one, I'm not going to put a date on it. Just continue to watch the social media platforms. I will be posting about it. I actually started posting about the revised workbook edition already, but I haven't started to post about the instructor's manual yet. And some are saying, what will be the difference between the 3 books? So in this initial copy, what you have is a base. But in the next one, it's going to be revised. For different phrasing and all that kind of stuff, and the way that it's wrote, and maybe even grammatical errors and all that kind of stuff. Also, the next copy, the workbook, will also include objectives. It's going to include some. It's going to be just like a textbook. It's going to be a textbook. So it will include objectives, key terms, and vocabulary word lists. It also will include chapter reviews at the end of each chapter. It will include reading lists to make you further think about what we're teaching on. Okay. Now it also will include even more biblical references. I know that as you read, you're like, you got a lot of Bible in there already, but there's always more that can be added, that can be added in, that can be expounded upon. So there will be more dissecting of the word a little bit, and there will be more scriptural evidence. So each chapter is going to have a little more in it than it has now. So that's what you'll be getting in that revised workbook edition, and that's why I called it the revised workbook edition, because it is revised, and I will be adding, and I'm still not done with it yet. I will be adding more information to it. So that's why I'm saying it is revised, but it also will be in the format of a workbook. Okay. What will the instructor manual have? The instructor's manual will include everything that the workbook manual has, but it will go a step further, and it will have some specifics on how to facilitate the class as an instructor. So that one will be more so available to the pastors and those who are leading churches. Some of the deacons, the pastors may delegate some of this stuff to their deacons and their elders, but that one will be more so tailored to the instructor, the leader that will be teaching the leadership classes. Because some of these classes, I will be personally going and teaching the classes to these different leadership teams, but some of them, the pastor may call me and say, hey, I have 5 leaders. I got 2 elders and 3 deacons plus myself. I need 5 of your workbooks, and I need 1 instructor's manual. And they can work through it and teach it themselves without me coming in. And they can say, okay, we're going to, there's 7 chapters. I want to take my team through this in a matter of 7 weeks. So with that being said, that's what you're going to be able to benefit from the next 2 variations of this book. And so each variation of it will have even more information in it than the last one I put out. The way I put this initial installment out, it's not how I'm going to put the other 2 out. The other 2 will likely be published within the same week, and they'll be available That way, if a pastor or leader wants to purchase the curriculum and begin to teach it to their congregation or teach it to their leadership team, they will have the leadership manual. They will have the manual, the instructor's manual, and the workbooks readily available. Okay, so with that being said, like I said, I'm going to post some things and officially announcing the series. And so this will be at least a 3-part series. Also, I want to let you all know this, and I don't know the release date on this one, but I am definitely writing a book on grief. This one, like I said, I don't know the date that it will be released, but it is a hard one to write. I was actually working on it a little bit today. It's hard to write about grief. That's really all I can really say. It is hard to write about grief, especially when some of the things you went through, you've not really worked all the way through it. You're not really over it. And then some of these things that I'm writing about in this book is very fresh, like the transitioning, the passing of my grandmother. So some of these things are very fresh. So it is a daunting task, but it's something that I'm doing. It's something that I've received the unction from on high to do. So I'm gonna write a book on grief. I'm not gonna give you too many details about it, but the formatting for it I already have set up. It's a matter of like me getting and just writing this stuff out. But it's hard because, like I said, it's some stuff I haven't worked through. But hey, maybe the book is going to help me to work through this stuff that I'm going through with the grief. So with that being said, I'm going to leave you all with that. Hoping you all have a blessed evening. And whoever comes in contact with this video, I'm praying that you have a blessed day. Matter of fact, let me pray before I end. Heavenly Father, I come to you right now and I pray for anybody who comes into contact with this video. Pray that they have learned something or they have felt something that has affected them in a good way. Pray for their physical health and strength, their sense of peace they need in their lives. So I ask you all these things in Jesus' name. Amen.